Hello, I'm Representative Andrew-Barkis from the 2nd Legislative District. One of my many roles in the legislature is that of ranking Republican on the House Transportation Committee. This is the second largest House committee and one of 4 that deals with fiscal issues. The Transportation Committee handles issues relating to transportation policy and agencies including the Washington State Department of Transportation and the State Patrol. But its most important responsibility is creating the state transportation budget. To give you an understanding of the size and scope of this budget, the 2019-2021 state transportation budget, which passed with strong bipartisan support this last legislative session, is $9.8 billion. Beginning July 1st, this budget will fund transportation projects, infrastructure, and agencies throughout our state. For example, our state will spend $519 million on highway maintenance, $768 million on preservation, and just under $3 billion on improvements over the next 2 years. We will also spend just under $1 billion on our state's ferry system, including $549 million on operations and $450 million on capital spending. State lawmakers also decided to provide new funding for the removal of fish-blocking culverts this year. These are passageways often below our roadways that allow water to pass through, but can also prevent fish from reaching their spawning grounds. As a result of a lawsuit, a federal court order has ordered our state to fix or remove around 2,000 fish barriers under state highways by 2030. The estimated price tag is $3.8 billion, and it continues to change. The legislature provided $100 million for fish barrier replacement in the state transportation budget, along with additional amounts embedded in highway construction projects. This amount was one of many decisions made during long, hard-fought, bipartisan negotiations that I was part of. Unfortunately, Governor Inslee, after the legislative session was over, issued a press release saying his administration planned to take funding dedicated to other transportation projects and divert it to fish barrier replacement. These important projects include the I-5 JBLM corridor and the I-5 Marvin Road SR 510 interchange. This maneuver goes beyond the governor's veto authority, even raising concerns within the state lawmakers in the governor's own party. More importantly, and pointed out by the Democratic chair of the House Transportation Committee in a recent op-ed, the governor's maneuver won't fix the problem. Instead, it breaks trust with the legislature at a time when we need to come together to address our state's challenges. We need the governor engaged on this issue prior to and during the legislative session. His go-it-alone approach is not only wrong, but unfair to all Washingtonians. But even with the governor's unexpected maneuver, our state should be proud of the bipartisan work of the legislature to fund our state's transportation system. Unlike the other Washington, we were able to come together and make critical investments in our state's infrastructure. And the work continues throughout this interim and into the next legislative session not too far away in January. As ranking Republican on the House Transportation Committee, I look forward to the work ahead. Next week, at the Joint Transportation Committee meeting in Spokane, we will hear from Secretary Millar of WSDOT's reaction to the National Transportation Safety Board's finding on the DuPont train derailment. A follow-up work session is scheduled for September in Olympia. I will also be helping lead meetings of the Bipartisan Legislative Rail Caucus. I welcome your input in the legislative process, and please don't hesitate to contact me with your ideas, concerns, or questions. And thank you for watching today. Take care.